Hello. So, just got done with a day of gig work. It's been a crazy week, guys. I ain't gonna lie. But I've got some good news about AI. ChatGPT 4 has been released, the API, and I was able to do some stuff with that. I want to explain to you what it's like to be a gig developer. And let's get to it. Of course, we're going to talk about elephant. Duh. Hello, the name is Potter, and we are the Build Show, or I'm the Build Show, whatever, where we talk about the crypto space, the techs in the crypto space. Okay, very big attacks, hugely, very big, and the gig work thing. So. For people looking for something great, that's probably great. For people looking for more of the talk about elephant only. But since you bring that up, she started a comeback again. We'll talk about that. Hold on, let me remove that. But it's been a crazy week, man. Let me tell you. So, in football, we're going to talk a little bit about football. Okay. So, man, there's like this thing out there where you really have to do something extra special for it not to equal $100 a day, for just five to 6 hours, because things just go wrong. And so one of the things I want to address for you people who use DoorDash, I tried Uber Eats today. You guys don't realize how much we gig workers do for you to bring you that food. Like, a lot of people think, you know what? I ain't giving. That's right down the street. But we're not coming from. It's not like we were sitting outside your house and we're like, you know what? I'm just going to wait here because it's got a feeling they're going to order. You got to come from way from ever, and then go to the place, and then go to them. So right now, DoorDash has introduced this thing that goes, it's up to you if you want to tip, but it'll take a little bit longer for people to see your order. And so, I think we've got some backlash, but like yesterday, I finally got rated a 1. I got rated a 1 because the GPS gave me the wrong directions. The person didn't answer their call. That's the other thing. If you're going to order, okay, you need to make sure that you're by your phone, because we don't know. Usually, you don't know the complex, you don't know house number. So I was listening to this YouTuber who does those videos, those shorts about things that he's witnessed in his paramedic life. And house numbers, why do people have house numbers? Like, if an ambulance is coming to save you, it would be really good if you had house numbers, or there were lights at night. I don't do evening delivery, but I do morning, so sometimes it's still dark, but you can't see. Like today I tried to take a picture and it kept saying it was too dark. So I think there was somebody down the street watching me taking a picture of somebody's house. It was hilarious. But yeah, I took the L. I got a 1. I've got like 50. Okay, 50 people love me. Okay, they love me a lot. But there was that one person who was violently angry. They got their food. They got their food, okay? Despite me trying to work, I'm sorry, despite the apps working against me, you know. So, what else? AI. Okay, so ChatGPT released its new AI for it can now hear, see, and it kind of it can speak, but it's just so much more so much cheaper. I refused to work with ChatGPT 3.5 because it's so stupid. Right? It does not maintain the context. So, what do you mean by context? Context is when you're like, okay, so let's figure out this problem, and you're working on it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. And then you say, so what do you recommend for that? Well, if you're going to do that, I recommend that you start. It completely forgets everything that you've been doing. So it doesn't contextualize what you're saying. And that's a huge problem. But I've been able to build bots. I'm trying to add it to this app, which brings me to the next thing, which is, so I've developed 2 apps and I've sold 2 apps. And if you're going to be a solo dev, I think it's good to have those requirements laid out, like solid, because people, they expect you to give them the world. And one second. DoorDash, it makes you thirsty. If you're not on the same page, it's really hard to figure out what you want to do, right? Like I worked so hard on both of those apps. I had to learn how to use React. I had to learn how to set up Docker with the new one. I was using PHP again. I was using several different APIs. That it's very difficult, but people just want static templates of what looks good because they see people creating things. Oh, that looks beautiful, but it doesn't work, right? And so, you almost feel like, I think they call it Stockholm syndrome. You feel like you're a fake, but you're not. Yeah, so that's kind of it. I didn't know if anybody was going to check in. Let's go over Bertha real quick. Let's go over elephant money. Because, look, I'm still early retired, right? The only thing that's changed for me is the fact that now energy prices have gone up. Food prices have gone up. And so the income that I could live on before is blown out of the water with the interest rate hikes. And I think you remember last week when I was telling you guys like things I get into, whether it was AOL Time Warner, when they attacked, it kept us from being Netflix before Netflix was Netflix. Or when I was at EY and things happen there. And now with gig work, the UN has said gig work. I don't think you should have gig work. The UN? Oh my God! Like, can I just do one thing that the government doesn't attack? This isn't even the government. This is an international body that's saying gig work. But what happens is, just like crypto and the degen thing, they see us trying to be independent and they don't like it, right? They want you to be a salary addict, right? It's very convenient when you got that salary and you're making a decent amount of money. But I've even noticed like some of the commercials. Maybe this happened all the time, but they're really trying to sell to people who are in cubes, right? It was geared towards people. I've seen shows about people in cubes, but I haven't seen, like Black Friday marketed as much as it is to people who can only afford it. And if you're getting a salary, you're working in a cube, you could do some good old Amazon, right? But gig work, because it's a hustle, man. Like you gotta get out there, you gotta do it. And so there's this other thing in the gig economy. When it comes to these orders, it's about acceptance rate. And so if you keep saying, no, that sucks, no, I don't want to do that one, what'll happen is you won't, they won't let you just dash anytime you want. You have to schedule it. But some people don't care. You can Google that. But it's just so, I meet people who are other gig workers out there, and I'm happy to be a part of the community, just like I was happy to be a part of, I am happy to be a part of the degen community. Look, they tried to come in and wreck us. They tried to wreck the devs, they tried to work the investors, and it's not going to work because you started wars, right? And so they got to put their eyes on something else other than us. But Diane Warren, or whatever her name is, she's still trying to hurt us, and I think Trump called him pencil neck. Schiff, like they don't care about us. They don't want us to have our own independence. And like when I got taken off Facebook, my last post was about, hey, you know what? The internet is whatever you make it. If you go look for this, you'll find this. If you go look for this, you'll find this. And they took it down, right? They took me down. I posted, I think I talked about this last week. I posted something about, helping people. And I got this warning about, violation. This goes against policy. If you think we've made a mistake, let us know. And then I posted something about somebody's wife. Said, hey, that's a beautiful picture, frame it. This is a violation. Instagram policy. Right? I've had things on Google where where I still didn't say it right. Where they kept saying that I wasn't who I said I was. Right? I'm like, you were taking the money from those accounts. So a lot of people just want to force us back into doing what they want us to do. And gig work is just the jam, right? You get paid for what you do. It's kind of like the field workers, right? You get paid at the end of the day. And you do a lot of work because there's a lot of bad drivers. Like today, I just saw this guy. He just ran through the red light. There were no cars coming through, so he didn't have any warning, but the light had changed. Whew. I had a guy nearly back into me. I'm blowing my horn, but he still kept backing up. Just because he wanted to go in front of me. I don't get it. Today I was trying to merge onto the highway, and when you slow down, the car that's coming up should go fast. No, this person slowed down, got upset because I slowed down to let them go by. So that has nothing to do, that's events. It has nothing to do with gig work. It has nothing to do with crypto. But man, oh man, am I having fun. Because when I used to get up every morning and do dev, hang out with AI all day, learn things about AI. Oh, by the way, this is my opinion. If you're a Midjourney, sure, Midjourney can do some stuff, but DALL-E 3 inside of ChatGPT, you have to have a paid subscription. You can sit up there and tell it, say, hey, you know what I'm looking for, blah, 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 blah. And it won't be a prompt, like make a dinosaur, and an eclectic blah 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 high def. You can still do that. That'll work. But you can talk to DALL-E 3 like it's a developer or a graphic artist. It's still got lots of work to do, but I mean, it's changing everything. And you're starting to see it with teachers. Like I believe I heard one school now has gotten rid of all the teachers, because AI can teach you whatever you want to learn, right? You don't. I don't need a teacher who is teaching things that I can learn quicker with AI. Now, maybe when you're in elementary school, maybe you still need a teacher then, but you're just starting to see it. You really need proctors in advanced schools, 6th grade, high school, because that's when you really need in elementary school are the fundamentals and getting kids' attention. But AI is really just going to take that over, right? Not going to be jobs for teachers. It won't make sense because you can emulate any teacher, whether it's virtual or not. You just don't need them, and that might sound sad, but it's an inevitability. I don't think that you're going to need rocket scientists much longer, right? There, with the new Chat GPT-4 AI and your ability to really write things quickly, I recommend strongly that if you're watching this stream that you go try it out. It gives you a clear example of how to do it easily. Now, don't get me wrong, you might have to have a Python environment set up. You might have to have a React environment set up. And you can't just use HTML. You'll have to have some kind of environment, but it is so much fun to develop. And they even give you the code, and there's so much more that you can look at there. But one of the things I'm trying to think of is, when I go places and, you go into a new place, and as I said, some people, like I delivered to this guy, 20th floor, scenic view. Oh, what a view. $0, no tip. And some people go, well, I tip enough. Gig workers are not just picking food up and putting it at a door always. You're picking it up, trying to find parking, trying to find the number of your house, right? And I just think I could build something in AI that helps to do that quicker, right? I think I could build a program that makes that work, but I don't know yet. So I'm happy with the close. Oops. Let's do this. I'm happy. Josh, what's up? Yeah, I'm happy with what Elephant is doing. Again, I really just wish I could go from fiat directly to it. But I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about AI. Yeah, I think I can develop an app that helps me understand. Okay, you've been to this person before. You've been to this street before. This is how it looks. You know how to look around. Oh. What's up? Yeah, just talking about gig work, man. It's the grind. Like I come on immediately after I'm done. Hold on a second. Today, let's get my car fixed, right? Gotta have an oil change, very big oil change, right? One of the biggest. And so basically today's work, was that, I had a delivery. I go to Chick-fil-A, okay, good people. And I say, Alex, Alex. Very clear name, Alex. Good people. And I drive for frickin' ever to drop off Alex's food. He says, thank you. I say, confirmed. Alex comes back out. He's like, hey, this is Alex A. I'm Alex B. I'm like, no. So I had to pause the app. I didn't have to. I could have said, hey, call them. They'll refund you your money. And then I'll get a non-delivery. But no, I believe in excellence. I used to deliver pizza and made some good money. You know what? Windfall, I did not get a pizza bag on purpose. Because pizza... Now, I did pizza delivery in college, and I loved it. You know, people are always happy to see you, right? But what I didn't like, I don't know. It was a harder gig than DoorDash, and it was kind of cool because when I got my oil, whatever it is, oil tune-up, fluid stops, things looked at. One of the managers there, he was a former Uber Eats guy, right? And he was like, yeah, I did Uber Eats. And I met a guy out in the alley drunk. He was like, hey man, thanks for saving my life, bro. He said he like give a $50 tip. That's rare, but like you can appreciate it. But I don't know. Pizza and the new gig work, it's not the same, right? Because remember when you would do your pizza run, like you go fast to them because you don't want their pizza to be cold, and then you got to haul ass right back to the pizza shop because you don't want to miss any good delivery runs, right? And you want to get more pizzas, and it's usually the same thing. Here you're acting as a contractor. Like you really are an independent contractor. And that's what, the gig economy is trying to tell people. Look, you could be pissed at DoorDash, right, for charging you too much, but you can't be pissed at the driver, right? We're the ones we're using our car. We don't have a company car. We're using our gas. We're using our time to find your address. If you're in an apartment, God knows people like it's so easy to find. It's not easy to find your apartment building. Today I went to find this place. The building is a number, and then every shop in there is the same number. So now you got to look for the name of the shop, and the shops aren't there, and they're not clearly displayed. You got to park your car in a garage. Then you got to figure out how to get back to your car. And people just think, oh, I just picked it up and now I'm just delivering it to you. No. Like it takes about 15 minutes once you're there. And then sometimes the orders aren't even ready. Right? So you got to sit there and wait for that. It's crazy, but still, I love it. I'll take it. I'll take it over WT work. Josh said, I drove like a madman. Yeah, with DoorDash, you don't have to drive fast. You have to make sure it gets there, but you don't have to drive fast. And there's such a good community. I swear the gig community is just like the degen community. It's a good group of people, who are out there trying to hustle to make things work. The hard part is that you got non-dippers who think that they're smart. And so what's starting to happen is people refuse them. Like, so you can go into a restaurant and you see a whole bunch of bags sitting there. Those for people who they didn't tip. Not because people like, screw you. It's because why would I pay you? Why would I go deliver your food when you're not even going to pay me for a gallon of gas? Like, come on. That's going, oh, I've already paid. No, you pay DoorDash, right? We're independent contractors. I wish they would let us bid on them. because then if you let people bid on these orders, you'd see that the ones without tips will just sit there. So what they try to do is, like today, you're like, hey, it's a $2 order. I'm like, $2? That means the guy's not going to tip, right? So they're like, he's a $2 order. I'm like, no. How about $2.75? $2.75, the same thing. No. Okay, here's another order. And here's a $2 one. It's like, oh. So today I tried to, my acceptance rate was 98 at the start of the day. It was 93 because they keep giving you the offer like, how about $2.50? It's like, dude, like you're talking about like 3 miles to go to the restaurant and then about a mile or 2 to go to that person's house. Now you can still factor that in and say, hey, that's still not a gallon of gas, right? If you get 19 miles a gallon, that shouldn't be bad, but you're putting wear and tear on the car. You're waiting for their food. So if you can't afford it or you don't like it, make a burger, make a sandwich. I heard somebody else say that. I can't be original. Make a sandwich, right? It's a lot cheaper. You don't want to tip? Just make a sandwich, right? Because when you guys say no tip, no trip. And then when they don't accept them, one guy goes, his name's Pedro, he goes, Kobe. Yeah, sometimes they're half numbers. Those sucked. Oh, dude. So this girl came out one time and she was like, yeah, I have to put the other number because it doesn't do halves. So that was real cool. But, I really enjoyed talking about the gig economy. I love talking about these things, and I love it. Even when the people are like, I'm sorry that it's hard to get here. I'm like, I don't care, right? Because I got this going on over here, right? This is just a matter of time, guys. That's all that is. It's just a matter of time. And you can see when the volume was crazy here. What people are doing, but people are building their bags here, and I hope people got in here. This is still, I'm still here when I re-upped. So it's been a nice little climb for me, and it's going to go back up because Bertha's just going to keep buying it. So I hope you still are in, Bertha. I'll talk a little bit more as usual about fintech on Fintech Friday. This is like a pretty backdrop. This to me is like a beautiful mountain with lakes and snow-capped mountains. Alan Glass, you are live and have good visit a couple of clients. Would it be possible for you to review a math question regarding solidity coding? I understand either way, but if yes, how? I don't understand. I understand the part, would it be possible for you to review a math question regarding solidity coding? Yeah. I would tell you that I can. I would tell you that AI could probably do it better, Alan. I'll be transparent with you there. But yeah, I could. Hypothetically, if I had 10K to invest, what would I invest it in? What should I invest it in? Stocks, crypto, bonds? Well, one, I don't give financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But what I will say is the people who do it the best are always diversified, right? And I've said in FinTech Friday, I think it was last week, and maybe the week before, that we had trickled down to like it was almost 1.0 trillion, right? And now it's back up to 1.3 trillion. Very bigly, it's people are getting into crypto. again, but you'd have to pick the right people. You have to pick the right product. West Side. What's up, West Side? So, Alan, I'm kind of waiting on you before I close out the show. West Side, man, let me tell you. Let's get into some football real quick. All right? Todd Bowles. They're playing the Titans this week. He's made legends. Brock Purdy, the dude last week for the Houston, what do you call it? Texans. The Bucs had never won a game in Houston since '76. The Bucs have never won a game in Houston, and it continues. Even though we should have won, but dumb can't manage a clock. Like, why are you put 10 seconds back on a clock? You're an idiot. A very well-paid idiot who is much better than me in football, and you have a Super Bowl ring, and I'm just a fan. But he blew the Pittsburgh game with his clock management too. So, if you have fantasy, you might want to start that Nevis guy, because unless Bowles has a game plan, unless he has film, apparently you can beat him, because they just eat his cover 2 up. If you're going to play Tampa 2, your 4 guys have to get there. Your front 4 have to get there. And if you blitz, you absolutely have to get there. And our quarterbacks were covering up for 3 quarters. And then it just went all downhill. How dare you laugh? How dare you, good sir? How dare you? So, typing on this damn phone is a joke for me. I'll reach out when I get focused. All right, Alan, anytime. It is the developers strike back, the Thursday shows, so I'd be more than happy to talk about that. As you guys know, if you're watching this one, it's not because necessarily of what I offer, it's because you're getting to know me. And we're going to have some fun. Very big fun, okay? Good people. But I will wrap this up. Again, when I come home from whatever time I get home, I'll jump right online. And, talk about whatever's on my mind. But if you go back, I think I had some pretty good gig stories this time. Yeah, he was that's right. Yeah. Look, dude, as a defensive coordinator, he's lights out good. And if you play twice against Todd Bowles, you better watch out the second time, because he's going to have film. But Tomlin, who's a Dungy protege, same thing. But his guys get there. Okay? They get there. So, there's no way we're supposed to lose to the Texans. We're supposed to lose to the Texans. But we're the Bucs, so it happens. All right, guys. I love you very much. I appreciate y'all. Josh, Alan, West Side. Appreciate you. How do you know who's on my fantasy team? Levis is my QB. Just saying. Ghost Hunter Gal, that's my name. Oops, Bench Godwin. You never know. Baker is definitely trying to force things to Mike Evans, so you just don't know. Now he's finally found that they could throw to the tight end. Good seeing you. See you, Josh. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry for the super long stream. I will see you next time, but I really do appreciate you stopping by. I love you very much. I forgot. I think I said gig on or gig, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Do that thing that comes after that.